A woman finally reached her breaking point after weeks of nonstop knocking coming from inside her wall. Just listen to this. At first, you might assume it's someone hammering or doing repairs, but here's the unsettling detail. That wall doesn't connect to any room, neighbor, or building. It's an exterior wall that faces directly into her backyard, and during the recording, no one was outside, no renovations were happening, nothing at all. She even mentioned that every window was shut, the house was still, and there was nothing loose that could bang or vibrate. What the camera fails to capture is what she felt in person. The knocking wasn't above her or below her. It was right beside her ear, as if something inside the wall was trying to get her attention. She searched online for answers and found suggestions like water pipes, but no sinks were running, no showers were on, and there aren't even pipes in that part of the wall. Maybe it's a pest. But she says it doesn't sound like scratching or gnawing. It sounds like someone knocking with their hand. And with her home turning 100 years old this year, she can't help wondering if a ghost or lingering spirit is still tied to its past, trying to speak through the walls. But I'll leave that up to you. Simple noise, strange coincidence, or genuine paranormal activity. Before we jump into our next terrifying video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, so you'll be the first to know whenever we upload something new. Now let's get back to our next video. Samantha woken up around 4 in the morning after strange sounds began echoing through her bedroom. Still groggy but increasingly unsettled, she grabbed her phone, switched on the flashlight, and started recording wanting proof. In case something genuinely paranormal happened, she began a Facebook live stream, a key detail that later confirmed the footage was real when viewers reposted it on YouTube.
Oh, there's them up. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, fuck that shit. Oh. What the what's that? What's up there? What's that? What's that light? Oh, it's out of my charge. Please, it's off my charge. Oh, them up there. Uh,
For a moment, nothing moved, until a faint orb drifted across the frame, just bright enough to stand out in the dark. Samantha's breathing grew shaky as she whispered into the mic, trying to describe the ghostly shape. When she pointed the camera toward her wardrobe, a sudden, heavy crash made her jump as something fell from the top shelf without any visible reason. The live stream instantly filled with viewers warning her to leave the room before anything worse happened. She moved her phone back across the floor, revealing the fallen item as her trembling voice cracked. Later, she explained she hadn't touched that shelf in weeks, and the object had been tightly wedged behind other boxes. Ever since that night of intense paranormal activity, she refuses to sleep in darkness, claiming the eerie noises return at almost the exact same time every single morning. In August 2006, Phil Koch visited a home in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that was about to undergo a full exorcism and spiritual cleansing. He wasn't really someone who cared about ghosts or hauntings, but he had been asked to take photos and record the house before the ritual began. While the team started the cleansing in the basement, Phil was preparing to head out, pausing only to capture one final shot of the living room.
Oh, come on. Alright, that wasn't cool.
Right then, the camera caught a door slowly pushing open on its own. Just a slight movement, but clearly with no person anywhere near it. The moment he saw it happen, Phil packed up his gear and left the house in a hurry, deeply rattled by the paranormal activity he'd filmed. Even though he never paid much attention to the supernatural, that unsettling clip stayed with him, and he refused to return as the exorcism continued. A woman named Brenda had never spent a single night living by herself, but eventually she moved into her own place. And on her very first night alone in the apartment, this is what she experienced.
Okay, first night in the new apartment, and Mabel has been doing this for about the last 5 minutes straight. She is watching something. And yeah, the fan is on. But there's like no shadows. Oh, look. See? What is it, May? Mabel. Come here. What is it? There are no bugs. Her ears are perked, and she's watching something. See? What the heck? the heck? Mabel. Okay, right before she came in the door, there was a light. A little ball of light that came in the door right there. What is she chasing? This is like 10 minutes straight. What the hell? She has never acted like this. What is she chasing? There are no bugs. There are no mice. Mabel, what did you go under the bed for? So, yeah, I get to sleep here tonight. Mabel, get up here. Come here. Get up here. Lay down. So, I guess we're gonna try sleep. I'll give you an update in the morning. Good night.
Plenty of people claim that a new home simply comes with unfamiliar noises, pipes settling, wood shifting, neighbors walking around, and insist she'll calm down once she adjusts. But others don't like waiting for a second incident before doing something. So Brenda immediately saged the entire apartment and said a prayer in every room. This was especially after several viewers pointed out how her dog reacted, almost as if it heard something crawling or moving inside the wall. Some believe that's a major red flag, since animals are widely thought to sense supernatural activity long before humans do. Of course, skeptics suggest rodents or water lines could be the cause, but Brenda says she had the whole place inspected before moving in, and nothing at all was found. So is Brenda unknowingly sharing her new home with a haunting? Or is this just the unsettling reality of living alone for the first time? You decide. This clip was uploaded by Silas Nepos, who claims it was filmed during a skiing trip he took with a few friends. While they were high up in the snowy mountains, he spotted something strange happening far across the open plains near a group of towering trees. Instinctively, he pulled out his phone and began recording the bizarre scene.
Oh, oh, oh. Something happened over there. There was indeed trees there. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. What's that? What's that? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, Dexter, oh, oh.
What he captures looks like a monstrously tall figure, yanking full-grown trees straight out of the earth and dragging them away. But how could anything do that? Silas swears the footage is completely authentic, with no visual effects or digital tricks. Could this be nothing more than a warped angle, making the creature look bigger than it is? A lot of viewers argue the paranormal activity here feels far too real to dismiss. At this point, it's anyone's guess what kind of supernatural force was moving through those woods. On September 27th, Angie Knowles was babysitting her grandson at her daughter's home. What should have been a calm, cozy evening quickly shifted into something unsettling when the little boy started behaving in a way that didn't feel normal, almost as if he could sense a presence in the room that Angie couldn't see.
Please help with this.
What are you doing? Keegan, what are you doing? What? What's up? What are you doing? Where? Who? Thank you. What are you looking at? Okay. What? Who is it? Who? What? Go on. Oh no. Who is it? Granddad? Oh,
The moment that chills everyone at the end. The child softly repeats, "It's Granddad."
Granddad?
Young children are notoriously hard to coach into acting, and many people believe they're far more sensitive to ghosts, spirits, and supernatural energy. So is it possible that he really saw his late grandfather standing there in the living room? What do you think this paranormal activity suggests? Tell us your thoughts. On October 9th, 2025, Brazilian paranormal investigator made a choice most people would consider pure madness. He returned to a notorious haunted location responsible for the nightmares that still jolt him awake, screaming and soaked in cold sweat. The decaying house carries a sinister legacy. An entire family died inside under mysterious conditions, leaving behind only one surviving child. Determined to confront whatever chased him out before, Ulysses pulled on his big boy pants and went back inside the cursed property. But he had no idea that the demonic presence lurking there had grown far stronger than anything he imagined. Before we get into what happened this time, here's a reminder of the horrors he faced during his previous visit.
Opa, que é isso? Que é isso? Que é isso? O senhor viu? Rapaz, que raios foi isso aqui? O senhor viu o que aconteceu? O senhor viu? Minha nossa, rapaz do céu. Olha aqui, ó. Olha aqui. Olha aqui, ó. Olha isso, ó. Olha o resto de animal aqui, ó. Olha o resto de animal, o senhor tá vendo? Rapaz do céu. Quem é que está aqui? Quem está aqui próximo de nós? Que é isso, mano? Que foi que aconteceu aqui? Que foi que aconteceu aqui?
Um guarda-louça velho.
É um guarda-louça velho, mas você viu que ele mexeu? Deixa eu mostrar aqui, ó. Que desgrama que aconteceu aqui, cara.
After steadying his nerves, he tried calling out to the spirit haunting the building, and almost instantly the paranormal activity began to escalate.
Quem é que está interagindo aqui? Quem está interagindo aqui? Escuta isso. Olha! Minha nossa! Rapaz do céu, o que é isso?
Ficou de novo.
O senhor viu tentando abrir aqui? O senhor viu tentando abrir aqui? Quem está se comunicando aqui neste momento? O senhor acabou largando sua lanterna lá fora. O senhor acabou largando sua lanterna lá fora. Você não quer pegar?
Tô vendo.
Você quer ficar aqui sem lanterna mesmo? Tem um resto de animal ali, pessoal. Um cheiro bem forte aqui. Ele está com a lanterna dele aqui. Está junto comigo aqui este lugar. Oi! Olha isso, senhor! Rapaz, dá uma olhada nisso, cara! Minha nossa, o senhor viu isso? O senhor viu isso, cara? Olha aqui, pessoal, está aqui ao meu lado, ó. Pra vocês verem. Olha, começou a tremer, ó. Começou a tremer. Quem é que está aqui próximo de nós? Rapaz do céu, o que é isso, mano?
Moments later, they heard eerie noises echoing through the halls and saw objects shifting around the house on their own.
Escuta, 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 escuta. Olha a porta, o jeito que mexeu. Olha o jeito que mexeu a porta. Quem é que tá aí? Que raios que é isso, mano? Cê é louco, velho. Dá uma olhada nisso aqui, ó.
When they attempted to investigate, they couldn't explain how or why anything was moving. Were they provoking an angry spirit? Or was something trying desperately to communicate? They headed back toward the room containing the old church pew, hoping for answers. But the decision only made things spiral into something far more terrifying.
Quem é que está se comunicando aqui neste momento? Quem é? O senhor viu alguma coisa aí? O senhor viu alguma coisa aí?
Esse banco aqui,
Ah,
daquela capela.
verdade, é de solo sagrado. Esse banco... Cara do céu, olha isso! Olha isso, pessoal! Cara, olha isso! Nossa, você é louco! Você é louco! Cara, pra mim deu, pessoal. Até a próxima com mais um Memória Sobrenatural.
Still overwhelmed by curiosity about what had happened before, they returned for a second encounter with the abandoned house. But this time, things started going wrong before they even managed to step inside.
Que barulho é esse? Que é isso? Que desgrama é essa,
Você
velho?
tá vendo?
Não, escuta.
Rapaz, não entra aí não. Negócio de louco. Nem briga.
Você deu minha lanterna de testa aqui.
Nem briga.
Olha isso, pessoal. Olha aqui, ó. Tá do cadeado, ó. Vou mostrar aqui, ó. Olha o jeito que mexe, ó. Olha o jeito que mexe, ó. Quem é que tá aí?
Abre.
Abre. Abre pra nós. Abre. Olha isso, cara.
Ignoring every instinct screaming at them to run, they made the reckless decision to enter the house anyway.
Abre esse negócio aí pra mim entrar aí. Ó, você escutou? O senhor escutou? Rapaz, eu peço licença aqui do local. Ah, bicho, dá uma olhada nisso, mano. Dá uma olhada nisso, senhor. Olha isso, ó. Olha a atividade.
Eu falei pra você, hein?
Rapaz do céu, que bagulho louco, mano. Olha aqui o que estourou aqui, ó. Olha aqui, ó. Olha aqui o que estourou aqui, ó. Cê é louco, mano.
How could these heavy appliances be shaking violently with no human force touching them?
Tá, bicho, dá uma olhada nisso, mano.
But the paranormal activity only gets stranger from here. Watch closely.
Se manifeste aqui, espírito. Ui. Cê é louco. Rapaz do céu, velho.
He shows the entire chest of drawers, front, back, and sides, proving nothing is attached to it at all. So how did it fling open so suddenly? Completely baffled, Ulysses and his friend continued deeper into the haunted home, heading toward the room where his friend had previously been trapped. Their goal was to trigger the same supernatural reaction by having someone step inside again.
Sagrado, esse banco, cara do céu, olha isso. Olha isso, pessoal. Cara, olha isso.
But nothing happened, until Ulysses noticed the door right beside the room his friend had been stuck in.
Ó, O senhor tá escutando? Tá fazendo. Opa! Olha isso. Olha isso, olha isso, olha isso. Rapaz. Me acompanha aqui, senhor. Fica próximo a mim aqui. Senhor, cadê? Ai, meu nossa. Cadê o senhor? Olha, o que é isso? O que é isso? O que é isso? Vocês estão escutando aí, pessoal? Vocês estão escutando? Olha o barulho que tá fazendo, ó. Ui, minha nossa, olha isso. Opa! Opa! Opa, 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 opa. Ai, quem é que tá aqui? Tá ao meu lado, eu tô sentindo. Estou sentindo a vossa presença aqui, espírito. Entre atividade, olha. Olha isso. Olha isso. Olha isso. Minha nossa. Eu sei que vós estáis aqui próximo.
Everything erupts when Ulysses' friend suddenly feels an icy, ghostly grip on his left hand. He shakes his arm desperately, but the freezing sensation refuses to let go. Minutes later, he's dizzy, pale and barely able to stand, forcing him to collapse into a chair. For Ulysses, that's the final warning sign. He immediately ends the investigation and gets his friend out before the haunting escalates further. But seriously, did you notice that cabinet? How do drawers and doors move like that on their own? Could this be the restless rage of a family trapped between realms, unable to cross over into the next life? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Minha nossa. Eu sei que vós estáis aqui próximo. Senhor, converse comigo aqui. Meu Deus do céu.